And something that I imagine will get a lot of you very, very hot under the collar. It's certainly got me quite worked up, to be fair, because I'm originally from around this neck of the woods. It's also just an absolutely horrific story, to be fair. The older brother of the Manchester Arena bomber, Salman Abedi, has left the UK ahead of an inquiry where he'd been ordered to attend. It's also emerged that the bomber's childhood friend was arrested whilst trying to leave the country as well. Well, let's speak now to our GBNews Home Affairs and Security Editor, Mark White. Mark, can you give us the latest here, please?
Yeah, well, first let's call it what it is. He's fled the country. He was due to give evidence. He was compelled to give evidence this coming Thursday, having tried to get out of that particular commitment. He had wanted an assurance that he would not be prosecuted. He wanted immunity from prosecution should he say anything on the witness stand at the Manchester Arena inquiry, I should say, into that bombing back in May of 2017. If he had said anything that would have incriminated him, he wanted immunity from prosecution. But the chairman of the inquiry, Sir John Saunders, said absolutely not. You are not getting immunity and you are compelled to attend that session to give evidence on Thursday. Well, ahead of that, he has now fled the country. And as you say, this childhood friend of the bomber Salman Abedi, Ahmed Tahti, also tried to flee the country on Monday, but he was arrested by police. Now, the QC, counsel for the inquiry, Paul Greeny QC, spoke to the inquiry at the beginning of the session today to impart this news, and he said that, of course, people might conclude that anyone who has left the country in this manner has something to hide, and he said that would be, you know, a perfectly logical implication of what has happened here. So he's gone. We don't know where he is and we don't know how long he intends to stay away, but he's clearly determined that he's not going to give evidence to this Manchester Arena inquiry.
Is there any indication at all as to how he's fled the country?
Well, presumably he just left, got on a plane and got out of the country. I mean, he wasn't subject to any kind of restrictions that would have meant that he wasn't allowed to leave. He had a commitment. He was allowed, as I say, ordered to attend the court on Thursday, but it's not as if he was under any kind of bail restrictions or anything like that. This was a process, a public inquiry, that he was being compelled to testify before that. So he's clearly decided that he's not going to do that. And in order not to be compelled to do that, he's left the country. What the potential sanctions might be for him if and when he returns, we don't know. But for the time being, at least, he is out of the reach of this inquiry and they cannot do anything about that.
Goodness me. Well, look, I know a lot of our viewers, and indeed they are, because I can see the emails flooding into my inbox as we speak, are incredibly angry about this particular issue. And indeed, I am as well, frankly, about this. You know, Manchester Arena bombing, I'll never forget where I was when I heard that news. It's an arena that I've been in numerous times, frankly, as well, to watch concerts when I was younger. And I could picture myself there as a child in that very foyer when Salman Abedi detonated his deadly cargo. And the idea now that essentially we thought that maybe a piece of paper might keep his brother in the country, I think is a little bit misguided. Mark White, thank you very much.